Okay, so I have my first Zoom meeting of 2020, so I can say that I am now a Zoomer. But so I want to throw on a quick layer of makeup to groom myself up. So might as well turn on the ring light and see what tips I come up with. I got this acting Zoom meeting and I'm kind of excited to see what it's about. This brow gel is really good. I stole it from one of my mom's birthday gifts that she got for her birthday. But it's like a, let me show you the texture. You see how it's kind of sticky or slimy? It's like a lip gloss, but it dries down like glue. It's like spirit gum, I think. Like if I were to say it would be like a texture, but it's from Benefit. Okay, so I saw a makeup tip watching a video last night of the makeup artist that worked on, oh, that's dirty. That worked on Euphoria's makeup team and their thoughts and their views on how they use makeup on film. And she said she used makeup right here in the center, like in this little square. So you can, it could be just a position. Is that the word? Just a position. So you can have coverage right here, so you can tell more of the blueness up here and down here. So it's natural, but with intention, because it would be on for film. And we're basically on film. That's what acting's about. I love this formula foundation. Can you see how it's like blending in like water? I read in a magazine, in Style magazine, that there was an ad for it, and it said that the foundation was actually 30% coverage and like 70% serum. So that's pretty cool how it's 80% of this is going to be serum and 30% of this is coverage, so that can blend into your skin very naturally and very coolly. That's a cool way to use and to make a product. Juxtaposition. I know the word, I just can't get it out. Juxtaposition. Like the opposing opposite of something. Juxtaposition. Watching that video of the Euphoria makeup artist was interesting because it led me down a different path that I didn't know I understood completely, but it led me to the thought process that it's 50% of the work in a film is in the editing, and then 50% is in the recording, 50% is in the technology, 50% is in the makeup, 50% in the writing, 50% in the sounding, color balancing. And then it all clicked. I was like, oh, it's 50% everything. That's why they say that every single position on set matters. And one part is no bigger than the other. It's all to make one vehicle work. It's like the all working parts in a car to make the car go. And I understood that, but I didn't really understand it fully until watching those videos, and that was pretty cool to see. Because I was like, is it all just in the acting? Is it like all, like the movie rides on that? But if it's just acting, then you could see that it's more about the camera angles and the close-ups and the blurring and the sounds behind it to make you feel the feeling. Like the actor feels the feeling or thinks of the feeling or is thinking. Because from past, what's it called, experience from recording myself or watching people being recorded, what you're thinking you're doing or what you are thinking about doesn't always portray, or portrays differently than it does on camera. Like it captures something else. So that's interesting how it's all in the editing, all in the music, all in the coloring, the shots, the clips. Well, I haven't curled my lashes in like months. I feel like it sends off a different energy from myself. And sometimes I'm not up to par to fully play into that energy because it's really high vibrating or high functioning, and sometimes no curl lashes is easier to work with. The makeup really does a lot. It's part of the persona, the what you can do with it, what you do with it. How it's so easy for you to just open a drawer and play with it. Because not even 20 years ago you had to go to professionals to do it for you. Or go to school to learn how to do it. it's just a different time. The thought or learning that I've been playing around with is if you treat yourself like a star, then you'll be treated like a star because you'll treat other people like a star because you'll acknowledge that we are all stars. Hashtag all stars, hashtag Team Blair, but I have a feeling that she's gonna go home this Friday because the top 5 is like really strong. Oh, I needed to set my eyelids. If you watch movies in like the 60s or 70s or even 80s, more 60s and 70s, how they done before like the grunge movement and before the men in makeup was like considered new wave, you can see how the makeup on film on men, how they used to just use one blank light covered foundation and use the same color on the eye, so they always had white or creasy white eyelids. And it's so telling of the time and it's interesting. And then like you could see the beard pop through the foundation covering right here because it wasn't that full coverage, or if it was full coverage, like for example Tom Selleck, so hot, like sexuality, fun, but you can tell like the makeup over the bearded area after it's been shaved and it looks so good. Okay, that's it because I had the inner feeling that we took a little too long, so bye-bye. Let's see what happens. Okay, actually, I only took like 13 or 14 minutes. That was pretty awesome to transform myself into the higher version of myself that I know that I can do and you can do with just makeup tools, and then you'll act differently, literally. Because you spent the time to think differently. Oh. Okay, that looks kind of cool. Okay, I think the look is ready. What do you think today's makeup chair, makeup artist, doing makeup on the actor, his look is today? I think it is referencing 2020, 2020, how we can use Invisalign or retainers in our mouth. Okay, let me take off the plums out of my teeth because I just use mouthwash, but you can't smell my breath through the camera, so we're good. The only person I'm talking to today is my dogs.